Hey guys, good morning. Okay, so for those who aren't able to make it to my storytime lives and my Q&As or whatever, and you guys still want to know what's going on, I'm going to tell you, and then I'm gonna pin this video so you guys will always have access to it. So what's going on is I was talking to a man for over 6 years. I thought I could trust him. I thought we were, well over into a good relationship. And even though it was red flags that showed me to be more safer, I didn't listen.
You gotta take heed to the red flags. You cannot ignore the red flags. You heard her say she's seen the red flags, but she didn't basically take it as a warning, so she ignored it.
So the first time I ended up catching the STD, it was only chlamydia. We never had, I didn't contract the HIV or anything. So I still at that time, that was like 4 years into our relationship that he gave me chlamydia. I didn't know anything about his HIV status then. So, when we went to the hospital to get cleared up for the chlamydia, I do not recognize that he went to the hospital alone. I was asleep one night at the house and I woke up and he was gone. So I called him and I'm like, where you at? He like, man, I wasn't feeling good. So I went to the hospital and I got chlamydia. By the time he got back to that house, I had already walked to the hospital and was checking in to get checked. You know what I'm saying? So he turns around because he was talking about he was finna come get me. He turns around and meets me back at the hospital. We getting cleared up or whatever. They give us medicine. He takes my medicine from me because I was mad because you just gave me chlamydia and I didn't want to go back to his house with him. So I went to stay at my friend's house. The same friend who ended up telling y'all that I'm HIV positive was going around in the streets telling people I'm HIV positive. So when I ended up getting the medicine, took it from me, I just went to my friend's house anyway, and I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna get my own medicine, because he was like, get another nigga to get that shit for you, because you don't want to come home, and we already dealing with an STD, and you want to go run the streets. I didn't want to go run the streets. I just didn't want to go home with him, because I'm like, I can't trust you. You just sit up here and almost ruined my life, bro. So long story short, I ended up going back with him, and like 4 months into my pregnancy, I realized around that time we weren't even talking no more. He was talking to a whole nother female. He left me while I was pregnant. He left me with HIV and just left me stranded. So when I found out I had HIV, I was 4 months pregnant. I went to the OBGYN downtown. I was with UT's physicians. That was my only doctor my entire pregnancy. Dr. Hardwick was like, I only went there to get my ultrasound done, and ended up finding out I had HIV, because when you pregnant, they take your blood and pee and stuff. Rarely, but a lot, when you go to the doctor during your pregnancy, because they want to check to make sure you don't have drugs in your system. They want to check to make sure you don't have stuff like HIV, or you're not sick, and to check on the baby, make sure whether you can have a vaginal birth or you got to get a C-section. So in the midst of them doing all of that, running those tests, they found out that I was HIV positive. The doctor sat me down. She told me, she was like, okay, we're going to start you off on the big Tarvy. When I made it home, I broke down. I literally just lost all my faith. I lost all seeing of life. Like, I didn't want to be here anymore. So this is the reason why I kind of came out about my status and made these videos, because I want people to understand they're not the only ones, and that there is a support system behind this. There are people out here like me and my mom and my family that will be there for you. Simply just be there for you. It doesn't matter if it's the talk, it doesn't matter if it's financially. When we have it, we're very giving. Like, I'm the type of person, I would give you the shirt off my back and I didn't tell you that's my last shirt. And my mom and the rest of my family are the same way. But the reason I'm really trying to spread this awareness is not to try and embarrass anybody or bring anybody down, because at the end of the day, even though he gave me HIV, I'm the type of person that I forgive because I still need my blessings. I'm not trying to do stuff out of pity or evilness just to get back at you or get back at the friend that was going around telling my business, like. And then on top of that, y'all, not only did I have HIV, the people tested me positive for syphilis and chlamydia at the same time. And when the chlamydia came up, I'm like, bro, I know for a fact I don't even have to question who gave it to me, because at that point in time, I was only sleeping with two men, him and my baby father. Me and my baby father, That's another video. I'm gonna just tell y'all about that at a different time because it's gonna confuse y'all because it's really a lot, so I'm gonna have to make another story time on that just to explain about my baby daddy, because that's a total separate man. That's a separate person. No, he's not positive for HIV. He doesn't have HIV, and neither does my daughter. So with me only messing with two men, I knew for a fact that it was him that gave it to me. And then on top of that, an extra verification was the chlamydia. Me and my baby father have never transmitted any STDs the whole time we were talking to each other. Now him, the man that gave me the HIV, every time I turned around, we had a different STD that we were at the hospital for, because he was a very, I don't know how to put it. How do you call a man a hoe without calling him, that word? Because I don't want to use that word. I want to be more professional with it.
Now you heard her say every time, they turned around, they was in the hospital for an STD or some kind of transmitted stuff. See, these are the red flags. When someone give you one STD, that's a red flag.
But basically that's what it was, like he stayed talking to different women. He never used condoms. Like, he didn't care to be protected. He wanted to raw dog every woman. And not only did he do the original sex style, he would do anal, so a lot of people ask me to this day, do you think that he was gay, do you think that he was bisexual? To answer that question, I don't really know. I don't really know what the man was. Not that I feel like you could do me like that after 6 years. I don't know what I knew about you. I don't know if anything that I thought I did know was even true, so I don't even know. But I wanted to make this video so I could pin it and post it, so you guys that are late coming into the story, or can't make it, but you still want to be aware of your surroundings and know what's going on and know more about the disease, and how to live a life with it. I felt like I wanted to get to everybody, anybody that wanted to listen, anybody that wanted to hear, anybody that wanted to educate themselves on the STD. I felt that this would be a good video, so I might as well pin and post it instead of just keep going live, So I want you guys to understand that I'm not doing this for the money. I'm not doing this for the fame. I'm doing this genuinely because there's people out here that are dealing with the same things I am and don't have support. And you don't have support. On top of that, you're scared to speak out and ask for help, and you're dealing with this by yourself. This is a lot to deal with. When I first found out, like I said, I wanted to kill myself. Imagine how many other people react that way, and then actually can succeed with it because they feel like there's nobody out here, no support, nothing they can do, like, as long as I take my medicine and I go to the doctor faithfully, I could live a long and luxurious life with my baby girl and get to see her grow and succeed and love and have children and live her life, and that's really my goal out of all of this, is to stay healthy, maintain my everyday lifestyle, maintain my child's everyday lifestyle, and grow. That's all I can do. I don't have any control over this situation, but the control that I do have, I'm gonna make sure that I do right with it. That's all I can do, and that's all anybody in my situation can do, because I don't want to be one of those people that just left her child here to fend for herself because I was too weak to just change my lifestyle. Basically, that's all you gotta do is change your lifestyle. Eat better, sleep better, take your medicine, stay away from drugs, stay out the streets, and just live your life. But I do have another story time coming for you guys, dealing with the fact of my baby father and how he's not HIV positive, and how we even met with me being pregnant, finding out I was HIV positive, so y'all can understand better, because I understand it's confusing. So I'm going to tell y'all about that. I just wanted to tell y'all one thing at a time, so I didn't be trying to tell y'all 5 different stories at one time. Y'all like, oh, well, who is this person? What's his name? And no. So, I'm trying to keep it all organized, but I will be telling y'all about, that situation and how I ended up even meeting him to get pregnant while dealing with the man that has HIV and has given me HIV with keeping him clean, so just stay tuned for that. Thank y'all for y'all support. I hope this video helped, and if it didn't, just comment and let me know what else you need to know, and I'll make a separate video and pin that one too, answering all the questions. So yeah, thank y'all very much.